Hey y'all, how y'all doing? It is Beltane season, yay! It's one of my absolute favorite times of year. It corresponds in the Southern Hemisphere to Samhain, and what those two times of year have in common is that the veil is thin, okay? So we have access to this wonderful divine guidance. Our ancestors are closer to us, and it's such a beautiful time of year because it's Rhiannon's time. Right? And Rhiannon comes in, she rides in on her white mare and says, hey, how you doing? Do you want to live more wildly? Do you want to love better? Do you want to live more freely? What would you not dare do? What would you not dare say? If you could remove all of your restrictions and all of your reserve, what would be left? She comes in and begs those questions of us. She beckons us to come outside and go explore and be free and really smell the flowers. Beltane is known as the time of the blossoming, and we can really look to that energy within for ourselves in terms of how might we blossom? How might we nurture whatever seeds that are important to us, whether it be our interpersonal relationships, the work that we do, whatever our relationship to the world at large? How can we really nurture those seeds and watch them blossom within, around, and for us? It's such a beautiful time of year. So we're going to take a look at the energies at play and see how we can best work with these energies so that we can really get the most out of it and really take full advantage of Beltane season, as is our right and our privilege to do. So let's go on and see what's going on. Hey Scorpios, let's see what your animal energy is for Beltane season. What is going on for Scorpios? Beltane season, what's going on? Ooh, Scorpio, all right, let's get into it. Stingray, fascinating. Okay, so let's talk. First of all, Beltane season is called the blossoming season because it's all about allowing yourself to experience freedom of the heart, freedom of the spirit, freedom of mind, right? Rhiannon comes and invites us during this time to live wildly and freely without, with full abandon, just completely coming from a place of ecstasy, really, right? And limitless potential. It's really, really beautiful. It's when we think about love, because that's Beltane, right? It's a season of love. When we think about love, what kills love? Fear. Fear kills love, right? And then we have the stingray coming up here, which equates to the strength key and the tarot. Now, first of all, it is water energy, so it's very auspicious for you when you get a animal energy of your home element. So I love that to start off for you. The strength key is very much about, and it's really brilliant for Beltane season, is about love over hate, right? And it's about love over fear. And it's about that sort of divine strength and presence, right? Where we choose in any given moment. We choose from our heart space to respond and not react, and to really embody that, biblical verse of love is patient, love is kind, right? So there's something in that. Stingray is also very much about, the shadowy depths and what lies beneath the surface and our subconscious, those aspects of ourselves and or others that we may not love as much as the ones that we promote to the world or lead with, right? Or let others see, but ones that want to be incorporated fully as part of your experience because they are part of you, right? So there's something to that. Let's see what's going on. Also with the stingray, we have those chakras lined up there as well, which, really promotes an alignment of the chakra and allowing yourself to be, again, like I said, fully embodied in alignment. Oh, perfect. So, Three of Forces, the bird's nest. This is really brilliant. So this is very much about community, teamwork. It's similar to a Three of Cups energy, which is about, you are the people that you spend time with. You are the product of your environment. So if you can choose the people you spend time with and you can choose your environment, then choose accordingly, honey, and choose from the heart, right? So that's really beautiful here. I feel like also there's this aspect of, with these baby birds and this mama bird with the worm, and then we have the butterfly here. This is a lot of air energy, right? Flight, metamorphosis, but also perspective. You know, I feel like there is this potential for you during Beltane season to have a sense of perspective that is heart-centric. So it's like your heart is seeing things very clearly, right? Like if your heart had eyes, that's what this feels like. I'm seeing like a heart with like eyes in it, because we're up in the air here. We're able to see clearly from here, but all of this green, the butterfly, the birds, there's this beautiful connection to viewing your circumstances, viewing the potential, right, of this incarnation of yours through the lens of love that's free of fear or judgment or limitation, right? This is freedom. This is freedom. It's really beautiful. All right, what else, Scorpio? Ooh, Lordy. All right, 2 for 1. Let's talk about it. Wow, wow, wow. Okay, let's talk about this. So the Akashic Field, 1 of Forces. So again, more green here, heart chakra, right? This is really brilliant because the Akashic Field reminds us, it's similar to magician energy, because it reminds us that anything that we are meant to do or be that is within our divine right to do and be, anything that we can possibly imagine, we have access to that energy. And this here is a field of potential, and allowing yourself to traverse this field without getting caught up on stumbling blocks that are fear or self-perceived limitations. This is having free and full access to all of the unlimited potential and wild freedom of the heart, mind, body, spirit, and soul that is available to you, right? On the other side of you just allowing yourself to fully receive that there is so much more potential and available to you than what you can possibly see or understand looking from the lens of your current self-perceived limitations or own restrictive thinking. Now, this can be in the form of scripts, right? The stories that we tell ourselves, what we came to, believe as children or saw from others. This is about stepping outside of this current human incarnation experience that you are the product of your experiences. This is traversing this field from a soul perspective, the soul that has lived many, 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 many lifetimes, and accessing all of the gifts, talents, perspective, beliefs, power, mystery, love, all of that good stuff that is available to you from a soul place, right? This is, as an example, this is the equivalent of someone who traverses the Akashic Field is someone who is not trained to be a writer, right? Or has really done much writing, but follows this thought or this feeling of, God, I really always wanted to be a writer, but I didn't go to school for it. I don't really know how to do it. I'm not sure I'd be very good at it, but I always think, like, what if I tried it? What would happen? That is taking that thread and then writing and going for it, right? And that is stemming from a previous soul's experience within you. Your soul's previous experience of having written before, right? We get caught up in these trappings of, like, in this current incarnation of, like, oh, I don't know how to do that, or who am I to do that, or I don't know if it, right? But when we feel a desire towards something that is outside of this current life's, experience, meaning I've always been, on this certain track, but I've always been going to be a lawyer or be a doctor, but I really feel this calling to, like, do this crazy thing and become like an abstract painter, even though I never went to art school. That within the Akashic Field is something that is aligned with your soul, that once you follow, like, infinite possibilities emerge as a result of doing so. So the fact that this is coming up here for you, I feel like there's an aspect of this within Beltane season for you where you're going to have access and be awakened to these stirrings within you of something from your soul that may be related to something that, you've experienced in this life or not. But there's a stirring in the soul that very much wants your attention. Now, what's really interesting is we have the Queen of Scrolls and the reverse. Fascinating, because in the upright, This is about going to school. This is studying. This is learning things. This is getting all of the information and facts and figures. This is about having all of the proper training needed, with which to move forward in your given field or line of work or point of purpose or project or business or idea or whatever it is. The fact that we have this in reverse, I feel like you're being called to really follow your instinctive guidance, right, over your head, or thinking that, you don't have all of the information available to you to move forward with something or be inspired, right? There's something in that. Now, it's interesting that it's coming up with the stingray energy as well, which is all about inner strength and shadow and what's not necessarily visible. And then we have the Akashic Field, which speaks of these, the bits of information and depths and realities that may exist outside of this current incarnation. So it's interesting, right? Let's go ahead and get some advice for you, Scorpio. Oh, brilliant and perfect. Oh, interesting. We have his consort on the bottom. We'll take her as well. So we have King of Cups as your advice, which again, more water energy for y'all. This is you in your masculine form, but this is why this is so brilliant. The King of Cups has balanced emotions, right? He's able to kind of ride the waves without sinking beneath them. But he also is very emotionally intelligent, right? And is able to access his feelings from a place of information, right? But also free from judgment. He's not afraid of his feelings. He's not afraid to feel, but he is able to incorporate them as well. So he's able to feel them without getting overwhelmed. And then we have his consort of the Queen of Cups. So it's interesting how he's riding the wave, but she needs to stay on land, right? If she goes in there, she's gonna like get really, really immersed in it, right? So it's like she has this access to be able to be on land, right? But still have access to her intuition in the water. Maybe it's also, you could look at it as, he needs to be knee deep in it to have full access, and she doesn't have to be, right? It's all how you look at it. It's all that perspective. But either way, this is a very intuitive queen, has a direct connection to her intuition, her emotions, her guidance, as it were. She comes from the heart. And Beltane season is all about coming from the heart. The King of Cups also comes from the heart, right? I feel like you're really being asked to consider your life and what could be before you from a lens of pure desire and heart space, right? Without getting trapped up in your head or facts and figures or what's possible, right? It's not thinking about what's possible for you. It's understanding. Remember how we talked about fear and love? It's about really viewing things from a place of wild abandon. And Rhiannon comes in, rides in on her white mare and says, follow me to true freedom, which is knowing that the only thing that's real is love. That's it, really. It sounds like an oversimplification, but it's actually not. It's so simple that it's profound, right? The only thing that's real is love. So anything that's not love, right? Anything that's not love doesn't really have a place in your experience, right? You follow these desires and these stirrings of your soul from a place of love. You do the work that you do from a place of love. You have the relationships that you have from a place of love. You have the relationship and promote your own relationship with yourself from a place of love. Love, this is the glow that Rhiannon casts over Beltane season. And I feel like there are parts of you, shadow aspects of you, that want to be fully incorporated from a place of love so that you can come together and be more fully embodied. Embodied, right? Feels really beautiful. The potential of it feels beautiful, but you're really being called to come from your heart space, right? And allow yourself to balance your emotions so that you have access to all aspects of you, right? Because they're all a part of you and they all want to be incorporated into your experience. So let's go ahead and get an oracle. I'm feeling like a divine feathered messenger. Let's do it. An oracle for Scorpio here. Oh my goodness. How perfect is that? White eagle. So beautiful. It's really beautiful here with the bird energy. White eagle. The connection to divine guidance is within you. We were talking about Queen of Cups and King of Cups and this whole intuition, the one of forces with the Akashic Field. The connection to divine guidance is within you. That is so true. Also, when we have the white eagle here as well, that speaks of a certain connection to spirit. I feel like this is directly speaking to the Akashic Field. You have a potential during this time frame to tap into talents or aspects of yourself that you have not yet fully accessed because of fear or restrictions or some sort of, way that you weren't necessarily allowing yourself to be free. See how the white eagle's looking at that? You have access. It's like, I feel like someone's just opened a room. Like I'm seeing Aladdin and just opened a room. Oh, look at this here on the Sphinx on the bottom. And it kind of looks like the entrance to the cave that Aladdin goes into, right? I'm seeing someone just open the treasure cave and you have full access to it now. And so the connection to divine guidance is within you. I feel like saying to you, you know exactly what to do. Follow those inner stirrings and then watch and see how your circumstances and your relationships thrive and multiply and expand as a result. Also, Rhiannon rides a white mare, then we have a white eagle. Eagle also represents, you guys are represented by the golden eagle. So there's a beautiful synchronicity in here as well. I love that this is coming up as a guide for you and, and an end note for the season for you as well, because eagle is also about Wheel of Fortune and connected to the spirit. You have the potential to really expand and explode in a wonderful way your circumstances and your potential in this Beltane season. So go for it. You got this. The answers lie through your heart. Okay? All right, Scorpio. I'm sending you so many blessings and love for Beltane season. I so hope that this helps and resonates. If so, please do let me know in the comments below because I love reading your comments. Please like, share, and subscribe. I love you for it. And with that being said, just thank you. Thank you so, so much for being here. And most of all, and as always, thank you for being you. And be well. Until next time.